I was living with constant pain, swollen joints, and fatigue until I discovered these 3 changes that absolutely flipped the script. If you're dealing with inflammation, this could change everything. What I'm about to share with you is not theory, this is my life. I had been living with chronic inflammation for years. My joints always felt like they were on fire. I woke up stiff, tired, bloated, and usually completely drained of all energy. Doctors told me to take medications, quick fixes, pills, pain management, but here's the truth. None of that addresses the root cause of the inflammation. It just masks the symptoms. And eventually, my body started rebelling anyway. I had to find another way. That's when I discovered Arnold Ehret's Mucusless Diet Healing System. I wasn't always this healthy. I haven't always been a super healthy guy. I was eating plenty of what most people call normal food. Lots of processed meals, heavy animal products, dairy, caffeine, on-the-go snacks, and all the food that's pretty much shoved in your face all day long. And my inflammation just kept stacking up. I could feel it. And trust me, I'm probably like everybody else. I have tried everything mainstream, over-the-counter meds, the latest hack supplements, cutting calories, or the latest pill that's promising to be anti-inflammatory. None of it worked long-term, and in fact, some of it even made things worse. I started researching beyond the surface, and that's when I found Arnold Ehret's Mucusless Diet Healing System, and his principle of V equals P minus O changed everything for me. V equals P minus O stands for vitality equals power minus obstruction. Think about that for a second. Your health, your body's energy, is the raw power that you already have inside of your body, minus whatever obstructions you're putting in its way. For me, that obstruction was mucus-forming foods, toxic habits, and a lifestyle that had been built around stress and poor choices. So let's talk about the principle of V equals P minus O. Arnold Ehret taught that mucus-forming foods clog the system, block vitality, and create inflammation. Every time we eat heavy, processed, mucus-forming foods, we generate obstructions in the body. That means less circulation, less detox, and less ability for the body to heal itself. Once I embraced that formula, power minus obstruction, I realized I didn't need another supplement or another pill or another drug. I needed to remove what was obstructing my body. My body already knew how to heal. It just needed me to stop blocking it. I mean, this really hits home for me because it made it very black and white. Everything with dieting for me has always been try this or try that, or this may work, or this might work, or this won't work. And this really broke it down for me and made it black and white to where it was easier to understand to say, look, food either forms mucus or it doesn't. What you're putting into your body is either causing more obstruction or it's not. It's black and white. So then you just find out which foods cause mucus and you remove them from your diet. It's really that easy. I mean, it sounds super easy, and it kind of is, but man, have we made it clear as mud to understand, right? So let's talk about these 3 natural solutions that I found. Here's what I did. The first thing that really made a huge difference for me is fasting and meal timing. Ehret was a huge proponent of fasting, and I learned that by giving my body a break between meals, I was allowing it to actually do what it can do on its own, and that's heal itself. I started intermittent fasting, just shortening that window. The first thing that made it really easy to do intermittent fasting was just cut out breakfast. Drink more water when you wake up in the morning. If you start to feel hungry, drink water again, and continue to drink water until noon. Try to push it as close to noon as you can to get into that fasting window of hopefully finishing eating about 6 or 7 o'clock the night before and then not eating again until 11 or noon the next day. That gives you such a big window of time for your body to heal that it makes a huge difference in how you feel. And when I do eat, it's clean. It's breaking the fast with something like citrus juice or cucumbers and celery or something very basic that's going to be easy to digest and set yourself up for the rest of the day. So stretching that morning window until like noon, 1, sometimes even 2, 3, or 4 or 5 o'clock at night is one part of it, and the other part of it is shutting the kitchen down early. Again, not eating anything past 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. So if you don't eat until 4 o'clock and then you eat your last meal at 6:30, 7 o'clock, that means you had a 3-hour window. Nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. So no more stuffing myself with late night meals or late night snacks or eating when I first wake up in the morning. Just really focusing on giving my body that space to heal itself. And when you start thinking of that fasting window as a time to heal versus starving yourself, it really plays a trick on your brain and lets you think that it's not as hard as it seems. And fasting gave my body the space to detox, which means less obstruction, which means more vitality, which also means lower inflammation. Hey, if this is hitting home, please hit like and subscribe, and drop a comment. I'm building this channel to share real strategies that work, and your support helps get this message out to more people. Okay, the second thing I did is movement and stress management. Inflammation isn't just food, it's also lifestyle. I turned to yoga so that I can open up my joints, reduce stress, and improve circulation. I play the drums, which for me doubles as therapy and movement, so that works out well for me. And I also made meditation a daily ritual. This is very important because you don't see instant results from meditation when you start it and just do it for a day or two or even just a week. But if you do meditation every single day for like 30 days, anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes each day, you will notice a difference. And this is huge because it calms your nervous system. And a calm nervous system means that it's going to take it out of the fight or flight mode and put it into the rest and digest mode, which is where you want to be. So the calmer you are, the easier it is to digest things, the easier it is to reduce inflammation and remove fat from your body. Inflammation feeds off of stress. When you breathe and you move and you release tension, you literally lower the fire inside of your body. Okay, and then the third thing, which is pretty much the most obvious, which is why I left it for last, is the anti-inflammatory foods. I built all of my meals around ingredients that do not cause mucus. Things like greens, raw fruits, and other mucusless plant foods. I added turmeric and ginger daily, which are powerful anti-inflammatories. Side note, if you do add turmeric to anything, put a dash of black pepper in there. It increases the anti-inflammatory effect by over 2,000% when you add black pepper with turmeric. Just FYI. I eliminated snacking and I replaced all of my meals with nutrient-dense either smoothies or power bowls, which I have shown in multiple other videos as well. And then sure enough, the swelling starts to go down, your digestion improves, which also improves your sleep and your brain power. Your skin starts to clear up, and within weeks, your body will just feel calmer. This wasn't a fad at all. This was me healing myself and removing obstruction. The results actually did nothing less than shock me. Because here we've been living in this world where if something hurts, you just take this pill. Or if something hurts, go to this doctor and they'll give you this pill. And that seems to be, unfortunately, the norm. Whereas if we just take a second, take a step back, really look at what we're eating and what we're putting into our bodies and what may be causing inflammation within our bodies and removing that before adding something new, like game changer, hello. I wake up lighter, clearer, and with more focus every single day. The fatigue that once ruled my life was gone. Crazy part is, it didn't take years. I started seeing results within weeks, and we're talking significant results. As well as within months, I saw ailments that I had been dealing with my entire life just start to melt away. That's the power of removing obstruction and just letting your body's natural intelligence do the work. So here's the truth. Inflammation isn't just bad luck. It's the result of lifestyle choices and obstruction in your system. When you remove them, when you embrace principles like Ehret's V = P - O, your vitality increases. If inflammation has been running your life, start here. Clean up the foods, experiment with fasting, move your body, and manage your stress. These are the changes that worked for me, and they could work for you too. If this resonates, please drop a comment below and share with me what you're struggling with or what you've actually tried that's worked. And be sure to subscribe because I'm going to keep posting strategies on how to heal and take back your vitality.